A Legacy, the first in a classical series of men's devotionals, depicts characters of men from the Bible who represent men of today. Some succeeded while others failed. There are those who were strong yet some were weak. There is the spiritual and carnal. Kings, rulers, princes, and patriarchs, all of whom men can identify with. They all left a legacy, whether it was positive or negative. What is your legacy? Lessons of what it takes to be a patriarch from the life of Jacob is today's devotion. Unlike his first flight, this time Jacob is not alone. He is a husband, father, and man of God, going back to face the havoc he created. The upcoming events in his life unfold in quick succession and his world seems to be falling apart. But this would prove to be his initiation into becoming a full-fledged patriarch. He realizes what he once coveted has no importance. What is important is a peaceful life, his brother's forgiveness, and his relationship with God. After being held hostage to a life of drudgery, Jacob becomes a victim of envy and blackmail. Fearful for his life, he leaves his uncle's parasitical grip and embarks on a spiritual pilgrimage, only to be pursued by angry and murderous family members. Jacob had sacrificed and suffered for the prosperity of his uncle and family, but they did not appreciate it. They used and abused him by latching onto his blessings, and then because they could not use him anymore, he was of no use to them. They envied him and used his past to condemn and destroy him. Desperate times can force a man to seek refuge with family members. Instead of compassion, cruelty is experienced. Such was the case with Jacob. God saw his affliction, and he sees when your family members mistreat and take advantage of you because you have no other choice. He knows when your life is miserable because of family members and will make a way out just as he did for Jacob. When you acknowledge that God wants you to depend on him and not on family members, he will give you independence from the injustices your family members cause you, devaluing your quality of life emotionally and spiritually. Just when Jacob felt safe from his enemies, Laban and his men surrounded him. Had it not been for the Lord on his side, his reign as a patriarch would have been short-lived. God's intervention brought about a peaceful encounter. Laban told Jacob that God warned him in a dream to behave peaceably toward him, which he did. When you fear God, he will make your enemies respect you not because of who you are, but because of whose you are. They will think twice before harming or saying anything against you. Rather than confiscating Jacob's family and possessions or killing him and reclaiming them, Laban made a peace treaty with Jacob. It was a treaty which became the renowned Mizpah, and has been repeated since then and now the world over by those wishing godly peace. One virtue of a patriarch is peace. Jacob acquired this with his enemies and lived peacefully for the remainder of his life. Meanwhile, as he survives the present storm, there is another one brewing not far off, as he learns that his brother Esau is also pursuing him. When you are determined to serve God, the devil will try to disturb your peace by attacking you. You will experience unrelenting storms in your life that will put your faith to the test. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Proverbs 16 verse 7.